Hey everybody, and welcome to Super Comic Fun Time. I just got out of Thor Ragnarok, and it was a lot of fun. Okay, now, if you watched my previous videos around this subject, I said this was going to be an all spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, stop the video now because we're going into spoilers right away. The movie just starts off great. Thor is captured and he's talking to a skull. And then we meet Suter, who's like, the Fire Lord. And I don't know, everything just ties in together. You've got the Hulk. I was going to make a prediction video, but I didn't have time. One of the things I predicted in my mind is the Hulk would have more speaking, and the Hulk talks a lot. I thought Korg would be in there. I didn't think Beta Ray Bill would be in there, but I thought there would be some sort of signal for him, and in the city where the fighting takes place, Hulk is like at the top. There's like all the masks of the champions, and there's a Beta Ray Bill in there. I kind of wonder if he's Doug. There's a character named Doug who's dead when we meet him, but he was like Korg. I would say the biggest problem I had would be Korg and Meek, who are in here now. We haven't done any further than the prelude, more or less, to Planet Hulk, and so Korg and Meek are two characters from Planet Hulk, and they're really nothing like in the book, which is fine, but Korg is kind of like the Rocket Raccoon without being the Rocket Raccoon. It's like he's just off for me. Meek doesn't speak. He does in the book. Meek is an insect in the book. But yeah, so my first impression is it's not my favorite Marvel movie, but it's up there. Oh, excuse me, I am just been going on and on all day, so this is the end of a long day. I will have more stuff for you tomorrow. I would say this is like a great movie. The essential plot is Odin's firstborn was the goddess of death, Hela, and she returns and she is coming for Asgard. Odin dies, sort of, maybe he's doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi thing in this. Thor and Loki actually team up to try to fight Hela, but she ends up in Asgard, and they end up on the planet of the Grandmaster, who's played by Jeff Goldblum, and he's very good. There's the tone of this movie is like a little uneven, I think. I think the comedy is a little bit too much, but for the most part, I didn't mind it. I didn't laugh at the comedy, but I didn't hate it, and it didn't detract from the story too much for me. Now, I would say, like, at this point, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is my favorite movie. This would be maybe midway. I mean, it kind of ties with a lot of the other movies. It's a very good movie, a lot of fun. Everything fits. It's a great comic book movie. As a guy who grew up in the 70s, and we ended up with really lame Spider-Man, and we ended up with the Hulk, which was pretty much a redo of The Fugitive. And I loved the Hulk, but it just wasn't the Hulk, from the comic book. So here we have so much stuff I like, and I still think it's great. I'd like to see this movie again. You also are introduced to a new character. You're introduced to one of the Valkyrie. I don't remember what her name was right now, but she's a pivotal character in here. She's not Broomhilda, which is the most famous Valkyrie thanks to Wagner's operas. But yeah, the whole story, it just fits in my mind. I know I'm kind of babbling now. It's because I'm still seeing it while I'm doing this quote first impression. Here's a thing for you guys. Will this ever air? And so, it is so much comic book fun. I had so much fun during this movie. It's hard to come up with the criticisms. Like I say, Korg was a little bit, but I mean, I still liked him. He's not the comic book Korg. If I hadn't read Planet Hulk before this, I might have a different impression. And of course, of the books I've read, Planet Hulk is the one that is the closest to this movie, but it's still nothing like it. It's like essentially there's an arena battle between Thor and Hulk. In the Planet Hulk, it's like, and there's a revolution. There's a revolution in the movie. There's a revolution in the book, but Hulk doesn't stay on the the planet of the Grandmaster. I think I would like to see some more champions. Like, this place is supposed to be this kind of like, I guess it's like that floaty thing where all the plastic meets up in the Pacific Ocean. It's like that. It's like, things just fall through the regular universe and end up in this place where nothing can escape from, theoretically. And even though, like, the audience was chuckling at certain jokes, to me it was just like a nomenclature. And so to me, I did, it puns and things like that doesn't normally make me laugh, but it didn't bother me. What else can I say? I would say go see this movie. The other thing I want to say, there were previews. Now, the Star Wars preview, I think, was better than the one that I did for you guys a few weeks ago. The Black Panther trailer was awesome this time. Like, when I watched it the last time, I had no idea what was going on. It was like a lot of pretty images, and here there was somewhat of a story in the trailer. And I think a good trailer tells a story. It's not necessarily the story you're going to see. The bad trailer tells the story you're going to see. But what else did I see? Pacific Rim. I didn't like the first one. I'm not intrigued for that one. Justice League. Justice League looks really good, and that's just in a couple of weeks, so we'll see what we can do for that. Let's see here. There's my... You can't see it now. I'll take a better shot of it later. There's my Thor coin. I'm going to keep it in this plastic because I suspect that Thor coin is going to surpass Bitcoin, and this thing will be worth $20,000 in like 5 years. So that's my prediction. And Thor Ragnarok. I mean, it kind of showed like why prophecy sometimes has to come true, and it's not necessarily a bad thing that Asgard burned. Going back to the comic books, like, my first experiences with Thor was Asgard burning. I can't remember if it was the first or second issue I got, but it was essentially the retelling of the ring cycle, Wagner's ring cycle. And in that one, they had Asgard burning being the star of Bethlehem. And I thought that was really good at the time in the comic book, and I've seen that one on Comixology. At some point I'm going to get it, unless a good collection or omnibus either is already out and is reasonably priced, or is coming out. I'd really like to read that, the original Thor stories that I read way back in the early 80s or late 70s. So anyways, I'm going to just post this up. It is what it is. I love you guys. Keep reading comics. Remember to hit the like and share this to your friends. And if you did see Thor Ragnarok, let me know what you thought. Let me, did the humor throw you off? Did you love it? What's your favorite Marvel movie? I would say this one. It's very good. But again, it kind of falls in the middle for me. Right now, my favorite one is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I really like Age of Ultron. A lot of times when people say they don't like Age of Ultron, I don't know why. I thought it was great. I would say like Age of Ultron, The Avengers, Civil War. They're all kind of like at the top tier. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is off in this other sphere that, to me, it's a comfort movie. The thing I like about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is it's one of those movies that if I'm feeling bad, I feel like I can watch it, I can get comfort from it. I think that's why I will return to that movie over and over again. The other movies like Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, they're all great. The two Marvel movies I don't like that well are the Hulk and Doctor Strange. And I started to watch Doctor Strange again on Netflix to give it another chance, and I liked it better as far as I got. I just got to the point where he gets to Kathmandu. So anyways, Thor Ragnarok is a winner. It's a great time. I'd like to see it again. I hope I get the chance to. The 3D was amazing. I think this might be one of the best 3D movies I've seen. So yeah, again, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you all later, and keep reading comics.